We're gonna cruise right into the second act of the show. If you'll just give me a moment here. We are starting out the second act of the show with the reading series that I have sourced for you, ladies and gentlemen, this evening. The reading series is Investing in Real Estate as Self-Care. Many women seeking independence after a breakup or divorce have discovered emotional empowerment and even healing in real estate investment. Portland Aladdin Theater. Before I start this reading series, we thought that this would be a great opportunity. This is a reading series about girl bosses. So we're going to bring out our first slate of 2 guests in this act. Or no, 3 guests, actually. Our first slate, this is about girl bossery. Let's bring out 2 genuine girl bosses, 2/3 of the Chapo Wags division. It's Catherine Krieger and Amber Rollo. Come on out.
Wow.
Amber, Catherine, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
I believe these are the first women ever on stage for a Chapo show.
What about like Littlefield show in 2017 when Elizabeth Hurley was on stage and I fucked her? Seems like everyone forgot about that. Seems like we've all conveniently memory hold that.
Normal world.
Yeah.
I fucked her first.
Checks, notes, yeah, and then she went to me for a reason. Yes.
So, you 2 are the 2 biggest girl bosses I know. So, have either of you invested in real estate recently?
Well, after this next breakup, once I get through that, I'm really looking forward to joining that landlord, #landlord life.
All right.
Yeah.
Amber, Catherine, thank you for. Let's get into this reading series. So this is by Jennifer Miller, writing in the New York Times. It begins.
Who wooed for Jennifer Miller? Damn.
I love a woo girl. We're the woo girls in the audience.
Do you ever think about how woo is ow backwards?
Wow.
Yo,
The sad clown at the
Woo
heart
girls.
of every woo girl.
Yeah.
No, it was distinctly like a male's voice. It's a man who loves articles.
We got a real article at the crowd. I think, no, it was probably like one of her classmates from her semester at sea.
The article begins. Rochelle DeVoe was...
Okay. Not real, okay.
Yeah.
Made up name. Avoiding taxes, got it.
Rochelle DeVoe was 2 weeks shy of closing on a house with her partner of 10 years when their relationship imploded. Her future suddenly snapped into focus. She was 30 and had had a successful career as a marketing strategist.
Excuse me.
We love a woman
She's been dating this man
marketer.
for 10 years?
Yeah, it says she was with this man for 10 years.
And she's 30.
She, yo, sus! Sus!
You think,
Yo!
you think that's bad? The man is 24.
Y'all aren't ready for that conversation. No.
And she tricked this poor boy who she abused into buying a place.
Okay, so she was 30 and had had a successful career as a marketing strategist, but she'd never feel truly secure without a permanent roof over her head. She took a leap in 2019 and bought an investment property, a duplex in Missoula, Montana, intending to live in one unit and rent the other. It was the crappiest house on the block, she said, but it was what she could afford. I made the decision entirely from a financial standpoint, she said. What I didn't realize was how much confidence and pride and empowerment I'd feel. She added, it had so many tangential benefits, that emotional feeling of, I did this, and I did this for me.
Gatekeep, girl boss, gentrify.
I'm surprised. Like, I thought this would like be in New York, but she did this in Missoula. She was like renting to a guy who only wears overalls. It's like a guy who got killed trying to make his own moonshine. How'd she end up there?
Going on, it says, investing in real estate or becoming a landlord has inherent stress. You should try dealing with one, especially in a volatile market. But many women seeking independence, especially after a breakup or divorce, have discovered emotional empowerment and even healing. They've conquered a steep learning curve, often in the face of skepticism. And they've found a unique support system where excising relationship ghosts is as important as learning to negotiate interest rates. Well, first of all, if you're a landlord, I'd like you to excise the actual ghosts in the property you bought before your relationship demons.
I'd like you to exercise yourself. Exercise yourself? Excise?
I like that they go like it's a volatile market, and it's like, yeah, rent is really volatile. It's up, and then it's up. Then it's up like not as much. And then it's up more to make up for that year.
The Catherine Amber, obviously everyone knows the sting of heartbreak and a bad breakup. Other than buying a duplex in Missoula, Montana, is there other feelings of empowerment and strategies for coping that you've encountered?
Well, yeah, I'm about to get divorced. No, I'm just kidding. And this is a good opportunity for me to announce that I'm buying up half of the squats in Portland, all in the name of empowerment. And actually, a bunch of you are about to be I'm about to be your landlord. So it's feminist. It's feminist. You can't criticize women landlords.
I am personally starting a women's section of the KKK. We're called Hottie Lotties. And we're girl bossing white supremacy.
You're gonna need a place to live, though. You're gonna need a feeling of security.
Catherine's gonna be my slumlord.
There you go. There you go.
Will like the women's KKK have like new stupid names? Like instead of like the Grand Imperial Wizard.
No. Yeah, we're obviously all witches. Grand Imperial Witch.
Everyone will have to take a new KKK name that's like Riley, but it's spelled with like 3 H's. It's like picking your Catholic confirmation name, but.
You get assigned. All the like cells are determined by your zodiac.
You have to take a personality. This is a chapter only for NJs.
No, but for real, a real like girl bossery thing that I would like to see is like girl bosses opening up abortion clinics. And we could just, have like cities where you go to for abortion. Like instead of hell in Georgia, it's like baby kill Kansas.
That'd be a property to invest in if you were, seeking empowerment for you and.
Oh, you hate all landlords? What about landlords at abortion clinics? Not very woke now, are we?
Continuing with the article, it says here, quote, "You have a group of women who are really looking to develop themselves personally," said Becky Nova, 38, a cancer researcher in New York City, who started an organization called Lady Landlords in March 2020. "We're not crocheting, we're building generational wealth."
Whoa.
She's a cancer researcher. Whoa. She went in and one day she was like, yeah, I found the cancer, it's me.
She's researching so she can charge like $500 for the cure a piece.
She works at Susan G. Komen, which is just like 90% of all donations go to pink merch.
Generational wealth is one of those terms like platform that they should not have let get out of college. It escaped the confines of classrooms, and now I have to hear it all the time. I don't know what people think it means. Like they think it's like just like a big bag of money with your face on it. This is my family's.
Like a generationally wealthy person.
It's actually a big bag of money with your grandfather's face on it. Women comprise nearly 1/3 of the membership of the National Real Estate Investors Association, but a decade ago, the women were often part of a wife-husband investor teams, said Charles Tassel, the chief operating officer of the association. Today, the 30% holds, but they're not spouses, he said. There are more single individual women coming in, not remnants of a couple.
Remnants?
The remnants.
Like a meteor hit Earth, and the remnants bought a duplex?
The leftovers.
You can find the remnants of my relationship somewhere at the bottom of the North Atlantic.
I mean, if you think about it in like heterosexual relationships, the woman is kind of already the man's landlord of love. Think about that.
Thank you.
Are they all bad? I don't know.
Communities designed to support female real estate investors have also seen steady growth. Lady Landlords and Real Estate Invest Her
Yes. Yeah.
have engaged Facebook followings and loyal podcast audiences. Thanks for all the Invest Her fans here coming out to support us tonight.
All right, like we've already established that podcast listeners are demented freaks. But if you're listening to a real estate podcast, you should live in a dog kennel.
I do watch podcasts like that just because I love bad podcasts.
I do
Clearly.
too.
You're on one.
I do too.
No,
You best start believing in bad podcasts, Felix.
Yeah. Well, I mean bad as in the mom rode American Eagle while she was pregnant with the host. Not bad as in just we don't try very hard. But it's just like positive aphorisms. It's to just cockapoo women who are like, and the thing is, if you don't think that you can do it, well, try doing it, and then you'll be able to do it. And then it'll be the clip they put out there to make you listen to it. I love shit like that.
Like the clip I saw yesterday of a woman interviewing a medical intuitive who told her that Lyme disease is a gift from outer space that only the most spiritual people are afflicted by.
That's true.
My podcast is now on Patreon. Please subscribe.
So it says here, they also host local meetups and annual conferences and offer paid mentoring services. Ms. Nova charges $2,400 for a 3-month coaching package. An annual mentorship program with Real Estate Invest Her costs $7,500. Once again, we're leaving money on the table everywhere.
That is such a fucking good we should teach a replying class.
Oh my God.
It's kind of self-serving, though. It would just improve your replies.
Oh no, I'm not gonna make them better.
No, I'm saying the quality of your repliers.
No, I'm not. The point, they're gonna keep getting. They're gonna maybe get 3% better. But the point is, they're still gonna suck. And I'll be like, oh, you didn't pay for the super premium.
You have to come back.
Riff Masters Deluxe.
Exactly. We're gonna have terrible replies no matter what. Do we want terrible replies and a boat? Yes, we would.
In their language and mission, both groups say that taking care of yourself mentally and emotionally is critical to building a successful business. Also, having a shitload of money to start with is also very important to building a successful business and buying property anywhere in America.
This is, there could be no woman Howard Hughes. I'm sorry.
Boo!
It would be
Women do be loving keeping piss in jars.
That's the thing is, it would be harder to collect the piss in the mason jars.
You can do it. You can do it.
Use a wide.
Girls can do anything, Matt.
A wide mason jar? It's fine.
I'm sorry. Yes, women can piss into fucking mason jars. I'm an asshole.
That's right.
Well, no, I think a woman can be just as evil and rapacious as a man. But I think Howard Hughes was special because he was a walking skeleton. he was like a guy you meet in a real haunted house that Danzig sells to you.
Elizabeth Faircloth, 44, co-founder of
None of these are real names. Every one of these names, the person interviewed was like looking at a corkboard behind the interviewer and just pulling shit out of their ass.
Yeah.
Not real.
These are names that Patrick Bateman introduces himself with.
Lives with her husband in New Hope, Pennsylvania. In 2004, they began investing in real estate together, but over the next decade, the financial strain of the recession and later becoming a mother left her reeling. I started to lose myself. I'm working with my husband.
Dun, 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 dun. Mom's spaghetti started showing up on my sweater.
I'm working with my husband and building a business, but trying to figure out my identity as a new mom and married woman, she said. In 2015, she connected with Andresa Guidelli.
That is a real name.
A Brazilian immigrant who lived in Chestnut Hill, Pennsylvania. The woman soon joined forces, flipping dozens of properties and building new construction. By 2017, over chats at Panera Bread, they began talking about creating their own women-led group for female peers.
Okay, so that name is like, it's sort of like a misdirect, right?
Yeah.
Because it's pretty normal sounding, but then you realize it's Brazilian.
No.
And that's weird for a Brazilian name. Like her name is supposed to be like Josueta de Moller Garino Jr.
Well, it's an Italian Brazilian name, which, you know, there's a lot of Italians in Brazil.
Woo out there.
Actually,
We get the
Guidelli, it's like one of the names that Guido came from.
Today I learned.
So
We're being empowered already.
it's a real.
See,
Bolsonaro is a famous Italian Brazilian. No, he really is.
He really is.
Yeah.
He really is.
I just love the idea of like, I was caught in an existential quandary. Who was I? What do I mean in this life? And then I just started buying rental property. And that fixed all of it. I just have money now, and it doesn't matter who I am. Whoever I am, I have a pizza oven in my backyard that I never use. That's all that matters. And I'm yelling at the contractor who fucked up the fucking tiling on my pizza oven, and I go to small claims court to sue his ass for the next 3 years. And so that's 3 years where I don't have to wonder who I am. I'm the person suing to fix my goddamn fucking pizza oven.
See, I didn't like this one source. I don't know if you haven't gotten there yet, but one of these women is still married, and I think the
That's true.
I think the investor
That
should
does
kick her
violate
ass
the
out.
entire
Yeah, that's the
premise.
one that's with the Brazilian lady.
Oh yeah, this is women
they're talking
going
about
their own way.
like she started investing with her husband, and at no point do they break up.
Yeah,
which
she
means
needs
this
to
is not a narrative of girl power empowerment.
Leave him.
Yes. If she wants to be girl power, she has to break up with this asshole.
Dump him and raise the rents 10% without any capital improvement.
Dump him, raise the rents 10%, and then marry the Brazilian broad.
Okay.
There you
Then
go.
you will be
Okay.
a progressive success story.
That is another thing. There is nowhere in this article do they talk about lesbians owning property. Okay.
Let's get some Let's hear it for lesbian landlords.
Where are the lesbian landlords?
So it says, Ms. Faircloth cautioned Ms. Guidelli, who was in the middle of ending her marriage. I remember Liz telling me, I don't think that this is a good time for you. You're going through a divorce, Ms. Guidelli recalled. And I said, this is exactly what I need. It turned out that Ms. Faircloth, though happily married, needed it too. I have my own identity, my own place in my life that is mine. It wasn't in the shadows of my husband, she said. Ms. Faircloth and Ms. Guidelli began Invest Her in 2018. We need to do this for other women. How do they balance their life and create financial freedom on their own terms? Well, it's very easy. By becoming a landlord, you can balance your life and income by essentially doing nothing for money.
And creating no value
At the end of every
whatsoever.
month, people are legally compelled to just give you a huge part of their income for the privilege of living in your shitty investment property.
I didn't know who I was. I felt adrift, and then I realized, no, I'm the person who ties the damsel to the railroad tracks. I am the one who knocks at the end of the month and says that if you do not give me my rent, I'm going to call the sheriff.
I like how empty it is because they don't explain in what ways it made them confident or self-actualized. They might as well say that because it's I was adrift. My my husband like was like our kids are ugly. You know, I'm bad at book club because I have the numbers dyslexia. We're reading a book with a lot of math in it. And then I now I broke even on my rental property after 3 years. And then what? Like, what did you feel?
The answer is pizza.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I have a thing on my property that costs a ton of money and pisses me off. And then I get to yell at my tenants to give me money to pay for it.
I mean, like in this case, as in so many others, right? It's like self-care and self-actualization are really just synonyms for money, right? Like it takes money to do self-care, and it takes money to be self-actualized.
It's almost like we live in a society.
Folks, you heard about this? Capitalism? Not a fan.
It's almost in which the economic system that undergirds all human life is sort of based around having money.
I mean, it's
oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just, I was just thinking about, like, capitalism.
Capitalism, yeah.
That's pretty fucked up.
We want capitalist her, right?
Well, these broads are on the cutting edge of creating capitalism her, and we have to applaud them.
Well, okay, wouldn't you say that like self-actualization is for the richest people, obviously, but then like the poorest people, and as always, middle-class people don't want to hear from you, don't care, boring. But like, okay, you know those like monks in India that like their goal for the last 70 years of their life is to like turn gray?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, they have no money.
They
have nothing, and the point is that they have nothing. So it's like only them and Jeff Bezos get to self-actualize.
And then he's turning gray on his own. I mean,
Those monks actually own a lot of property. That's not covered in the Wikipedia article.
Yeah, they went on their journey because of a final lawsuit with a contractor that they lost.
So you could say,
the non-oven just did not fucking live up to the specs.
So, I mean, like, in one sense, you could say that, yes, living in an economic system called capitalism reduces, like, all human emotion, feeling, and relationships to a sort of monetary transaction. Or you could say, we leverage the knowledge and experience of other women in everything from syndication, self-storage, small multis, midterm rentals, you name it, said Mrs. Goudelli. When investors rely on their own experience, they limit their growth. Ms. Faircloth said the organization helps women balance their life and create financial freedom on their own terms. She added, we talk about being on a journey, not the destination. You could be financially free. You could have all the money in the bank. But it's not, I got the duplex. I got the sixplex. Because there will be another thing. It's meaningless if you're not enjoying it.
Well, if it's the journey, not the destination, then you should not need the rent check at the beginning.
Leverage other women.
Yeah.
Yes. Always be leveraging.
If I gave her like mushrooms and then pointed a gun at her, she would still talk like that. She would still talk in like bullshit like MLM aphorisms. That's just all there is there.
I'm going to skip ahead of the article a little bit. It says here, Alexia Ely, a travel nurse who lives in Dothan, Alabama, also began investing after a failed relationship. She said she helped her ex-boyfriend with the transportation business, but she said it was more his dream than hers. I felt like I put everything on hold to push someone else's wagon when I should have been pushing my own, said Ms. Ely, 32. She sold her home and used the money to buy 4 single-family houses in need of renovations. She lived with her parents while rehabbing them. Today, she primarily rents them to other travel nurses. I felt like I owned myself, like that was a form of self-love to go back and redeem my dream, my path, says Ms. Ely. I went from being heartbroken, lost, confused, and in just 1 year, I was able to turn that into having about $500,000 in assets.
Wait. Rewind. She has 4 houses and they're worth $500,000? What a bunch of fucking clunkers. Oh, God. $125K a house in 2022?
Did she call buying up properties self-love? That sounds very masturbatory, which I guess, fits.
Well, once you have a house, you have a place to masturbate in. You don't have to do it on buses and parks anymore, ladies.
But she had a house.
It was her parents' house.
She sold her house and then bought 4 more.
Yeah.
It's like I find, money properties just kind of flow towards me, especially after a large inheritance, winning, some other kind of.
After my elderly husband has his unexpected accident.
Prayers up. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Good thing we live in an apartment where there are no staircases. I'll just say that right now.
It's bad OPSEC. Don't tell the people that.
But there are pitfalls often related to gender bias. One 2020 paper from the Yale School of Management found that single women see much lower returns from buying and selling real estate than single men. Boo.
Oh.
The lady landlords and real estate invest her message boards are full of questions and complaints about how to address the unequal treatment. I'll get one post that's, hey, what type of flooring should I buy, said Ms. Nova. And one post that's, hey, contractors showed up and asked where my husband was, or if I have a male tenant and he's not paying rent, what's the best way to ask for it safely? Well, with the sheriff's department. That's usually the way it's done.
They work for you. Oh, sorry.
Ms. DeVoe said she felt a hefty dose of imposter syndrome during the renovation process.
Oh,
no. Working with contractors was a nightmare being a woman, she said. On the job site, if her father was around, the men would always address him. And my dad, being this wonderful human being, would be like, I'm not your boss, you have to talk to her. And they'd look confused.
They look like that anyway.
Even the paperwork smacked of sexism, she said. On Ms. DeVoe's property deed, right beside her signature, are 3 words in all caps, an unmarried woman. I was like, you guys are rubbing it in my face, she said. The state of Montana does not require deeds to list marital status. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. Because women face discrimination in the industry, they have to be a little more careful and conscientious about whether someone is preying on them or not. Yeah, as a landlord, you have to be really conscientious about whether someone's preying on you or not. In June, she joined about 400 women in Charlotte, North Carolina for Invest Her Con, a 2-day conference that real estate investor built as a full-circle transformational experience.
Con is right.
Yeah.
There was a nursing and relaxation room. Attendees were encouraged to take mindful breaks where they could network or recharge. Ms. Gudelli said she was so overcome by the sight of women lining up at the microphone that she broke down crying. On the first day, participants were asked to close their eyes and envision themselves 5 years in the future. Where were they? How did they feel? Despite the dissolution of her marriage, which Ms. Dilger called devastating, she said she realized, I've got this. I'm healthy, I'm comfortable, I feel good. It's a feeling that women in the industry described as accomplishing something significant on their own.
Yes, having someone else pay your rent.
The female dream.
Yeah, I mean...
What's wrong with that?
Hey now.
Basically, you're seeing the birth of 2 real estate companies tonight. And finally, Ms. DeVoe is now engaged, and she's given the potential division of her assets some thoughts. I've made this my home, this beautiful, nurturing place to be, she said. I've told my partner that I'll share our income moving forward, but the duplex is mine.
Oh no, she gets the duplex. Oh. Don't take my recumbent bike next.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the New York Times on investing in real estate as self-care. Amber, Catherine, our guest Girlboss is here tonight. Do you have any final thoughts on self-care, self-empowerment, and self-landlording?
Rent is due on the 1st of the month.
Yes, join my Patreon.
Catherine Krieger and Amber Ralla, ladies and gentlemen.